Far right samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. And I approve this message nationwide. We're once again on the Therapy Hub here with the one and only AMP TV. We're doing a combination. You done know, man. Yo, let them know, man. Tell the people where
Yes,
you
sir.
going, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out D2E. Shout out Rastafari Samurai and the whole family over there at D2E, man.
Yeah,
All
man. You
right.
done know. Respects,
That's for
brother.
sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you already know, bro. Thank you for coming back once again.
Done know, family.
Um, I mean, it's not that thank you for coming back. You're always coming back. It's a
Mm-hmm.
collaboration, is what we're doing. But appreciate you here at the Therapy Hub. We go over to the headquarters later.
Yeah, man. It not done, you know. The work is not
I
done.
haven't been over there in a minute.
Yo, brother, you're always welcome to the headquarters, brother. Just like I was always welcome here. You know,
For sure.
don't know. We here for the show. But yo, let's tell them what's going on for the therapy this week. Well,
Yes, sir.
before we get to that, it is the holidays. Okay, it's the holidays, and yes, it's a celebration time. But at the same time, you have to think about sometimes the holiday time is a hard time for certain people. So you have to be compassionate for that.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Sometimes it's a very hard time for certain people for around this time of year. So be compassionate about that, people, as well. Okay.
I'm one of those people. My grandfather died December 22nd, so today's the 23rd. So it was yesterday, 14 years ago, 2011. So rest in peace to Oswald Pinder.
Yeah.
He was a hero of mine, and he raised me
Zine.
pretty much. He was like my pops. Even though I have my pops in my life,
Man, you listen here,
but that
man.
situation too.
On the
But
real,
I still have my pops in my life.
on the real, your grandpa is
Mhm.
like your next daddy, man. What do you mean?
My grandpa was
Yeah,
everything to me,
that's
man.
like your
He was
next
like
that's your dad on top of your dad or your mom,
pretty
right?
much is your daddy. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
my
your
mom's
next
dad. You know what
it's
I
your
mean?
next father.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So yo,
facts.
like on the real, I don't have mine anymore. You know what I mean? But when I did, I went to see them as much as I can
Mhm.
and all of that. So you know, at least I know that I did that during the time when they were alive.
Yeah, yeah. Word. Um, I mean, my grandfather was like when he died, that was it. Like, I mean, my grandmother was still alive. She died just recently, so she died like 13, 14 years later. But um she was in a nursing home for most of the time after my grandpa passed away. So it wasn't like she was still at home and where,
Don't worry.
you
Go
good
on.
over there?
Go on. Go on. We're good.
It wasn't like she was still at home or whatever, right? It was like she was in a nursing home. So, you know, and it took me a while to get to the nursing home, to see her. And that was like closer to the end of her death. So if you listen to my song Gain,
Hmm.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, my grandma at the end, and I ain't really spend the time that I need. Right? I ain't got time to grieve. She ain't gone yet, or she ain't gone yet, so I ain't got time. No, I'm like, please don't disturb my peace. My grandma at the end, and I ain't got the time that I need. I ain't spend the time that I need. Um, damn, I forget my rhymes like that. but yo, that song was like um pretty much dedicated to everybody out there that
Hmm.
has losses in life,
Yeah.
because like sometimes we think that when you lose somebody, or sorry, sometimes we think that when we lose something, or like, because we all take losses, right? We all take losses no matter what it is. We all take losses, and when we take losses, sometimes we think it's the end of the world, and it really isn't. The real loss in life is ultimate as death. That's like when we're gone and we pass on to something else. We're no longer here. So the only loss that we actually face, we don't face these losses while before death. Anything that we lose in life we gain from it. It's a gain, right? We learn from it, and it's a lesson. So that's what that song Gain is about. So for those who haven't heard that song, if you're tapped into our live right now, please, or whenever you listen to this live or whenever you view it, please go to that song or go to my YouTube channel, Daru, and you'll see the song Gain. If you don't see it, just type in Daru and Gain. You'll see all my music pop up. As soon as you type in Daru, or even before you type in Daru will pop up, and then you'll see all my songs. And go listen to them, man. And I highly suggest you listen to Gain, because that song is really heartfelt. But anyways, I'm ambling on, bro. Yeah. But Merry Christmas to everybody out there that's tuning in. It's December 23rd. Can we get like a chair, or do we have anything on our
Oh man.
on our thing where we can just get
Well, right now
like a chair?
right
Merry Christmas.
right now I just shared the YouTube live through my IG through the
No, I'm
to.
talking about the sound effects, Ross, on there. Do we got like a chair where we can be like,
Oh damn! I didn't bring my sound
like an
effects
applause?
box.
No.
I didn't bring one,
There's
man.
there's sound effects inside in the Restream,
I
inside
didn't
the
know that.
live.
Okay,
Yeah, we got sound effects.
I'll take a look at that.
You can use those for now.
All right, no
I
problem.
And then like people, they can clap, or whatever. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Zine. Bless up, Governor.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Bless up, family. You don't know. Everybody having a good holiday so far. I be thinking. Well, okay. They have all these songs here. And that's like, I see Christmas music here. That's what I see.
Christmas music?
Yeah, I don't see any other sounds here.
Put the Christmas music on.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's Christmas, right?
It's Christmas.
Put some Christmas music on.
No problem. I don't know
Merry
what it.
Christmas to everybody, for real.
Here we go.
And for anybody,
I don't even know how the volume is on this thing, though. Happy holidays, everybody. Yo, everybody, yo, later on, tune in. We're going to be at the headquarters. You know what I mean? We got more to tune in store with the, so-called podcast wars. If you know that, certain peoples be going at it, shouldn't be right. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to moderate things. We're trying to bring the peace to all men on, you know what I mean, by doing content creation.
Well, I was actually gonna talk about that, because I was gonna be like, yo, D2E bringing the peace. I see D2E bringing the peace. Hold on, but before I do that, D2E, I want to holler at our sponsor, our main sponsor down here below. You'll see it down, or you'll see them down there below. But our main sponsor is Lost and Found. Shout out to Lost and Found. You'll see their banner here.
Yeah.
If you got your phone, you can scan the QR code here, and if it doesn't work, let me know, and I can adjust it for y'all so y'all can get the right angle to do it. But shout out to Lost and Found. They do custom apparel, and they got all kinds of stuff. They also do curated retro gear as well. And you can find them because they do custom made stuff to your need and to your fit, and they're really good, man.
Yo, do you have any examples to show them?
I don't really have too much examples, but I got
show them something. Show them something, man. Show them something. Man, come on, man. Show the people something what you're talking about.
So many
Be careful about it.
For many of y'all don't know who Lost and Found is. They are the ones who do these hats.
There you go. Show it to the camera.
You might see these infamous hats. You know what I mean? The LA alligator skin hats.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Show the quality.
The leather hats.
Show them.
These are I don't know all the price for these actually. I'm gonna get that next time we're on the show.
Well, if anything, you hit up.
You can get these.
If anything, you see the QR code there. Please hit lock in. If anything, if you have to do some inquiries right away, hit them up. All right, straight up. And if anything, right there, you're seeing down at the bottom, right there in the ticker. You know,
And how about this? How about when you holler at them, you let them know that your boy Daru and Rastafari Samurai from D2E and MTV told you and showed you what their hats look like and what they're really about, and they will hook you up. I guarantee they will definitely hook you up if you tell them that you seen it here on MTV and D2E.
definitely,
You heard?
definitely. Yeah, man,
All
for
right.
sure,
I
for
want to
sure.
recap about the Marlon Palmer situation.
Go ahead.
Um, I'm happy. I'm happy that both sides were able to actually put their views um, out there and actually make their views heard, or sorry, they make their points heard. They both have valid points. I'm going to be quite honest. Can you guys hear me properly? There we go. They both had valid points. So, um, I just think that it's good that the young gentleman, he apologized to Marlon as well, because there were some things that he did wrong versus what he could have did, what he could have did better. But I mean, everybody makes mistakes, and for my whole point of view of the whole thing was that I don't think he was intentionally trying to be disrespectful to our culture. I just don't think that young gentleman was doing. I just think he had connects and ties to Toronto roots. However, it did sound a little cringy, and because I had to go back and listen to it again, and I did hear it, and it did sound a little bit overdue, like you're like overdoing. You know what I mean? Like you're over, like, you know what I mean? You're trying too hard.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just don't think that's where it became where it hit home, right? Because it kind of felt like, yo, what are you doing? You're mocking us, or are you respecting the culture? And there was a few comments that Cardinal made, I believe, and a few other comments that a few other people made about just the culture of Toronto and how it's supposed to be. And we got to welcome the youths, but we also got to set a ground and also let them know we're a foundation, because education's important, and that's why I like MTV and what I do. You know what I mean? I don't come in here try to be anything that I other than, or do anything other than educate people and try to, because that's just the person I am. I like to read, I like to educate myself, and I like to share that knowledge. I just think it's very important, you know what I mean, as people. But I just think as a Black culture, we just need to come together more, right? Because we feel like, I just feel like like we're just a bunch of vultures, and we're just all hungry. And I get it. Everybody has to get it. Everybody, like, there's just so many ways and things in life where we could find to do, and we all kind of like come together and be one still. You know what I mean? No matter what race it is, right? So my point that I'm trying to make is that I just kind of feel that instead of us always jumping, to conclusions is better, because that could have created something much more bigger that it didn't need to be, right? So we need to be more careful with our words and how we talk, and how we approach one another, or how we speak to one another. Especially the young gentleman, a lot of these guys, they're saying words that for some people it will take effect to, and there's some people that it doesn't take effect to because they haven't been through those experiences. But like, still got to teach them that, because you don't want them to say it to the wrong person, and then something else, the situation becomes a lot more worse. You know what I mean? So
You mean by like
it was a
triggering?
good look on Marlon Palmer to address that, and I apologize if I felt like I was disagreeing with him in any way. I wasn't really disagreeing with him. I was agreeing with him. I just felt that as a black culture, my point was, as a black culture, what we need to do is we need to be more open, and we can't always, because not all Indians are racist. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? Not all of them are. The majority, if you feel that they are, whatever. That's only because that's a stereotype, right? Just like how we stereotype them. So, but the only way you can actually know somebody is actually, and that's what the point that I was bringing up. The only way you can actually know somebody is by their personality. We have to kind of stop judging people based on what we hear. If somebody else tells you something about somebody, then they're either doing two things. One, gossiping, or two, trying to help you so you don't have to get yourself involved in that situation. But at the end of the day, you still have to be able to find somebody else out for yourself, because your relationship with somebody doesn't always reflect on someone else's relationship. It could be completely different because you guys have two completely different personalities. It could be anything, right? You guys just don't have anything to relate to. You know what I mean? There's no spark. But that could be for somebody. We are people in this world. You got to remember, we kind of think that we are one person here. Yes, we are. Each person is an individual person. We have our own personalities, but we're all amongst each other.
Right here. Someone
Yeah.
has something to say here on the IG here.
Oh yeah.
Absolute respect indeed. United people are more powerful, stronger than one trying
On the comments?
to stand on their own. For
Say that again,
knowledge is
sorry.
wisdom.
Say that. Repeat that comment again. Can we pull that comment up?
Well, no, it's on my IG right here.
Oh, it's on your IG?
Yeah,
What did
yeah.
they say?
From Majestic Queen 13.
Shout out Majestic Queen 13.
Absolute respect indeed. United people more powerful, stronger than one trying to stand on their own. For knowledge is wisdom.
Absolutely. We can't do it alone. Because if we do it alone, or we try to do it alone, right? We kind of like feel like, okay, we can't do it. We don't want nobody else. We kind of shell ourselves, and what it does is it takes away, it divides, right? It divides because we're shelling ourselves to feel like, okay, yeah, we understand how the world is, and sometimes you got to be careful on who you deal with, on the people you deal with, and that's absolutely right. But this goes back to evaluating personality and getting to know somebody, right? Because that's the most important thing, is knowing someone's personality. Because when you get to know someone's personality, what somebody's thought or said about that person, the view may change immediately, because you're like, oh, where I never thought about, or I didn't think this way about this person, or it may be the same, because the person may show the value in what the person is saying. Okay, so it's important for you to know for yourself, and then of course, but not to divide yourself, just to know, and then that builds relationships, right? That's another thing we talked about, business, and in order to own a business, in order to be successful in a business, you have to be able to build relationships. That's the most important thing, building relationships, because if we don't build relationships, people are not going to give you referrals. There's not, word of mouth. You're not going to have a good reputation on what you do, and your business won't grow. Someone else is going to talk about somebody else because they built that relationship with that person and they know who that person is. They may get that opportunity. And that's the only way we can be successful as people. Sometimes I get afraid when I see a bunch of us in a room, because I'm like, oh, who's getting their head cut off? We need to cut that out. We have to be able to sit together and be like, yo, how can I help you in this, you in that? So, mad shout outs to D2E with the whole pod wars thing, because people are thinking, oh, they're just talking about podcast wars. They're not. They're actually bringing both stories together, and then hopefully they can get and even if it's for their podcast on their platform, get all three of them together, sitting down and having a sit down, right? And maybe trying to figure out, okay, these are our differences. What can I do to stay in my lane? What am I gonna do to stay in my lane?
And another
That's
thing,
the only thing we gotta do is to stay in our own lane.
and another thing is that
That's it.
yo, we all love our city, right?
Mhm.
So let's rep our city right instead of repping
Ah.
our city through the wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through this one he say or whatever, whatnot. You know what I mean? And all of that. I'm just it just looks more good upon our city that we're more united
Yeah,
instead of divided.
exactly.
Straight up, because like my dream is to see Toronto no more of this screw face capital business, but at the same time I'd like to see a united front, not only in the music. I'd like to see a united front with the podcasts too, like a federation. You get what I'm saying? Straight up goods, if that could ever
Yeah.
happen. You know what I mean? Because like the way I'm looking at it is like this. All right, this is the irk I'm gonna be talking about on my pod, and you're getting early on this. My irk is that when big time artists come here, right? Maybe they look upon stuff like this, and maybe that's why they don't take us seriously. You know what I mean? So I would love it for any one of us be getting that expose on anybody coming here. You know what I mean? From the States, especially. You get me what I'm saying? So for this stigma of negativity doesn't help.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
No.
So with positivity, and they're seeing creativity and what we're trying to do in our own city,
Mhm.
just maybe they'll pay more attention to us and take us more seriously with our media creations. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I'm a podcaster myself, and I'm a content creator myself. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm talking, and that's why I'm saying this. You know what I mean? Straight up. So I'd love to see peace. You know what I mean? Peace here instead of war. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that we could all get together, at least get along, like Amp be saying. You know what I mean? Peace to all men, women, you know what I mean? Children and all of that. Because it is the time, man. It's the time of season right now. It's the season to be giving, and you know what I mean? Instead of receiving. Straight up. That's the way I look at it. You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Positivity.
Yeah, no, for real. No, I think that's what we need. We just need more unity and more, more structure. And like at the end of the day, like I'm just tired of seeing like every genre of music or any genre, any other. This is why I kind of stopped rapping, to be honest with you, if y'all really want to truly know. And like now I'm just kind of like directing myself towards producing and directing and doing documentaries, and which we'll get into. We'll talk about later. But because like it's just there's so much negativity, and it's just like in this city it's just so hard to grow because there's no unity. Like if it was in America, then it'd be different. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it'd be like it'd be a different atmosphere. But like Canada, like in Toronto, we're just really like out for each other. Like everybody just wants to be at the top versus
We can't
everybody
be,
being
but
at the
there's
top.
room for everyone to be at the
Yeah,
top.
but why can't everybody be at the
There's
top?
room.
Why
for,
can't everybody
there's
have a
room
lane?
for everybody to be at the
Right?
top. It's just that this thing, like in the recent
I
times, what
swear
I've been
we'll make it so much more.
Yeah, but in the recent times, what I've been watching with Toronto, one thing I have to say, I always say this: you always have to be aware where the sheep is going, but you don't have to be going where the sheep is going, right? But just be aware of where they're going. But anyway, another thing is that what I noticed in Toronto in the last couple of years, op business. So like, oh, my ops, I can't work with you on all of this business and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That stops a lot of things. You know what I mean? A lot of personal issues stops a lot of business, it seems. You know what I mean? You know what the saying goes, don't take it personal. You know what I mean? This is business, right? But a lot of people take it that confused. They take a lot of personal than more than business. You get me? So that's what stops their business and stops their flow of money when it comes to down to this music game. Because yo, Amp, I'm gonna ask you a question here, man.
Yeah.
Real shit. Okay, I'm not gonna fake the funk here.
Yeah.
This ain't the States. All right. How many people here is just making money off of their music alone? No part-time job, no other hustle, just the music.
I mean, I don't know because I don't know which artists and what they're doing with their music, but I mean, in Toronto's is not very many.
Mm-hmm.
I know there could be some, but I don't think there's very many.
Exactly.
And um, the part of that is just because we don't build an industry here, and
There
like
you go.
there's so much. First of all, Canada doesn't like hip hop at all.
There you go.
Because if Canada did like hip hop, we would have our industry. We wouldn't have to go to America
Ah,
to
say that again.
we wouldn't have to go to America um to try to blow up. If we look at MTV, right? If you go to our blog page, this is one of the main reasons why I started MTV, because I wanted everybody to see the type of industry that we have here. And if you look at the list, we haven't done Legend of the Month in a while because we're doing more. We're gonna start it back in the new year because we've been working on the documentary and getting the stream together. But we the Legends of the Month, Artists of the Month, all that. The Artist of the Month is trend into upcoming artists because we really wanted to push the real upcoming artists out of the city. And I always said to myself, I'm gonna really work with the ones that, not the fact that want to work with me, because of course that's also a big factor. But if I can get to an artist, I want to work with an artist that I know that's gonna be the next thing.
I
And
agree.
right, I don't want to waste my time on this stuff no more. So this is why the Artist of the Month, if you look at our page, you only see a few of them of recent.
I hear you.
And I believe, I truly believe that the only person that's gonna blow up out of Toronto right now is gonna be a female artist. And if y'all disagree with me, put it in the chats.
Put in the chats, put in the comments, people. We want to hear from you, man.
And we're
Straight
gonna
up.
and Ross, we're gonna talk about too the challenges females have in the industry and why
Oh
some of them
boy.
don't why some of them don't even want to make it or don't even want
Because
to.
of the frustrations of the tormenting of what things they have to go through
Yeah,
a male dominated industry time to time.
yeah,
And you know what, to be honest with you,
very uncomfortable for them.
to be honest with you, it
Yeah.
sickens me sometimes. It sickens me because sometimes I hear these testimonies and
Mhm.
it sickens me, like real shit. It sickens me as a man that other men are taking advantage of women who are trying to make it just like them, you know what I mean, as an artist or a
Mhm.
producer or what may be.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're just as good, you know what I mean. So if they're a woman, just because they're a woman, you're gonna degrade them. No, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be encouraging them even more, because you know why? Because we all have mothers, we all have grandmothers, we have aunts, sisters, nieces. All right, straight up. Okay, so like on the real, yeah, man's there, but yo, empowerment with women is always there, because yo, on the real, I love my mama. All right,
Yeah.
straight up goods.
And they
So
just
yo,
they go through like I said, right? I feel uncomfortable when I sometimes if I don't want certain people looking at me a certain way and checking me out a certain way. I feel I get uncomfortable.
Hmm. So there shouldn't be no
So if they
difference.
feel that, how do you think they feel?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Straight up. So
So
like,
the chat, they go through some real deep shit, like where they have to. There's hurdles that they got to get over to
and
get
they
to where they need to
shouldn't.
get to. But like, that's why I say, like, then if I'm working with a female artist, I'm gonna make sure nobody fucking with her.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, we need something like that out of Toronto. We need something different.
True.
Drake's been doing his thing for years now, decades. And I think there's gonna be a time where he won't be the same Drake that he used to be. Obviously, right? Time goes by. It's evolution. Time
Evolution
evolves.
is in the business on who knows, what he'll evolutionize to. So far I like it. Well, what I'm thinking
And
he
it's no
will
disrespect to
do
the men.
is do the acting. You know what I mean? I think he should be
I just
going
feel,
towards that. You know
yeah.
what I mean? But it's all about what he wants to do. You know what I mean? But I think that's
Oh, Drake?
yeah, man. I would love
Yeah.
to see him do some acting, more acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could be a good character, but
Well, he
like,
started off acting, so
yeah,
why not
exactly.
finish?
So like, I would love to see him do more
Or maybe
cameos.
do something different.
No, I would love for him, like for a formula,
Mhm.
for him to get back into it. Just do some cameos in certain movies and certain things like that. You get me? And then after, it's like a formula. Work up, and then after, now starting your own movie because you've been in this. You know what I mean? Now you're getting more back into familiarized into the game again. You get what I mean? Because you're already Drake. You don't want to only be known as being Drake. Now you want to be known as Drake as the actor as well, if he's going to get into that genre. You get me?
Well, remember we talked about bring that up too. You asked me a question earlier, and it kind of falls in the same lines. The question you asked me was, what do I think about artists becoming podcasters?
Oh, that question there.
And my answer to that was, I think it's cool.
Yes.
For some of the podcasters, and I'm not going to classify you guys because you guys stand neutral grounds. But like, some podcasters may feel intimidated by it. You may feel intimidated by it because you may feel like, oh, they think that you guys are not doing a good job of representing artists.
Well, yo, on the real, I kind of like it still, because let's get real here. Before that was going in, right?
Yeah.
Influencers, podcasters, they're talking about the industry, talking about artists and all of that and everything, and having them as guests for the longest while. So now, yo, let's flip it here now. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some of them felt like their story's been out of context and stuff, like, right? So maybe it's like this. If you want to be doing thing, you got to do it yourself. You know what I mean? Kind of thing,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So like, to improve upon what's going on. So yo, they started the move, and then
Yeah.
after, yo, some of them started doing it, and there's a whole list of them now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, yes, and then after, yo, I'm hoping that certain more do it within their genre of the times. Like,
Yeah.
I heard, like, recently, I heard that Kid and Play has one, right? So I'm hoping that they're dealing with the old school. I'm assuming, you know what I mean, with doing the podcasting, because yo, like, there is a crowd and there's an audience for that. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? They would probably have a huge crowd and an audience for that. You know what I mean? And it does make sense, because I would love to hear a lot of old school talks and stuff like that, what been going on in the industry from time. Because remember, a lot of the old school paved the way for the new school, right? So that's a fact, right? So I would love to see
Well,
that.
always, every generation previous always paves the way for the next generation. That's a mandatory thing. This only because
Well, another thing is, look, on the
it's
real,
just
look here, man.
natural.
Let's just get real here. The accomplishments, because one point in time they said that hip hop was just a phase. You know what I mean? It's gonna disappear. This is just gonna be just for a little while here and thing like that. But never knew that it would go to highlights of from hip hop to rap, from rap to like from other evolutions of the culture of the genres of music within. You know what I'm saying? So it never disappeared. It just kept on going. You know what I mean? It just kept on going, and like it or not, it's still here, regardless if it's on the phone or not. It's still here, regardless. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be here. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. Just like how there was rhythm and blues, there's still rhythm and blues. There's still going on. You know what I mean? Still up to this day, down to like classical music, still going on. It's from how long ago? People are still reciting it. You know what I mean? So, what's the difference if there's a new genre of music and it's starting? Now it started almost over 50 years ago, and it's still here. It's just evolutionized to different genres to the culture. That's all.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Like I said before, we can't get mad at drill rappers. We can't get mad at what they're rapping about, because once upon a time, there was never a thing called gangster rap. There was never a thing called boom bap.
But I would
Once
have to
upon a
say
time-
this. I would say this
Once-
about all the genres. What you're saying, the trap.
Hip hop never started off with trap.
Okay,
and-
but all of these new ones now.
That's what we know.
Okay,
what
but
about
all these new ones
our
now.
parents? Our
all
parents
these-
used to listen to.
Okay, but
they're like,
all these
"Take
new
that,
ones
turn
now.
that garbage down. Like, my mom used to tell me to turn a lot of my music.
Okay, but all
That's
these
garbage.
new ones now,
And
if
then
they're
pump
going to
some
do it,
rappers delight in something.
the way I look at
That's
it is
what
this.
mom was on.
But the way I look at it is this: if the new ones are gonna do it,
Yeah.
master your craft. MOC. Don't just come
Sugar
out
Hill
like
Gang.
everybody else, sugarcoating and all of that. Like, if you're gonna come out with a trap, do it well, do it right, do it sensibly, so that they were like, whoa, it's trap, but they're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If it's mumble, do it the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like astonish them. That's what I'm trying to say. Master it. Master it in a way that the others who are doing it, you're totally different from them. You know what I mean? Then you'll catch my ear. You get what I'm saying? Instead of
mean,
you're sounding the same like everybody else.
well, this is the thing. I'll be honest with you, Ross. This is what your frustration is. I'll tell you. I'll answer your question to what your frustration is. Right? You know what your frustration is? Too many people want to be rappers. Too many people want to rap that can't rap. So sometimes we gotta be honest. If you can rap, you can rap. You know what I mean?
and if you're crap,
If you
you're crap.
can't, you
Mhm.
can't. But the problem is, everybody wants to rap because it's a cool thing, and when you're a rapper, you know, there's all kind of different type of life. That's the lifestyle
But
that
you know,
comes with
but
it.
you know what it is too nowadays.
That's all it is.
You know what
really.
it is nowadays.
But it's who can really rap.
Yeah, but I know that. Yeah,
That's the
it's all
question.
about who's popular. It's not about what you can rap at.
I know
with
I
your,
can
with your
rap.
talent. Nowadays, it's all
Yeah.
about the crap of the trap of the clout of popularity you have to be making it. That's the way I'm looking at it nowadays, compared to the just. Don't get me wrong, talent will get you there, but you need a little more than that. It seems.
Well, no. Well, it's not even just that. I feel, Ross, that why are you rapping? Right? This will help out a lot of rappers with their career. If you stop and ask yourself, why am I rapping? What am I rapping about? What image am I trying to put out there? Who am I? And I'm not trying to say I'm some big successful rapper. I'm not. I'm not. I flopped my career. I can say my career flopped, but it never flopped because I've put out albums. I have albums. I'm known. I have music with a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not really. I can't say I flopped, but I flopped in the sense where I didn't blow up like Drake. Right? So other people that are seeing Drake's success will look at my success and be like, "God." But I feel like that was back in the day, yes. But when I came back with a story. I came with a message. My message was.
Could I ask you this question as an artist and all of that? Like, because
Yeah.
we're in the the therapy hub here, right?
Mhm.
As an artist, do you think they go through a lot of mental stress, like through because to prove your point through your music, if you're good enough, or are you good enough for yourself or your fans, and the pressures. That's what I'm saying. The pressures as an artist. You know what I mean? What's the mental stress like? You know what I mean? Like,
We don't know what an pressure of a real artist is.
what
You
do
go
you
talk
think?
to Justin Bieber and
What do
them
you
man
think?
there
What
and
do you
like The
what do you
Weeknd,
what do
them
you
man that will tell you what it really is.
what do you
Everywhere
think?
they go, the mans are taking picture.
What
They're
do you
ducking
but
in whips.
but
Mans
what
are
do you
running at
yeah.
them. The mans are getting dashed. That's what knowing what a real artist is about. What being a real artist is about.
Mm,
Like, yo, I'll tell you. I think big, right? I went to the MO. I was invited by DJ Merciless to the MOP concert.
yeah.
Seen? Went to the MOP concert in a black truck. I bought my own black truck.
Yeah.
I hopped out. Everyone was looking at me like, who the hell is this guy? No one knew who I was. But I just did that for my own confidence because I'm like, yo, I can afford it. I can get a black truck, whatever. Hopped in a black truck. Boom. Got to the concert. Came out.
Yeah.
My homie picked me. I didn't even leave in the black truck. My homie came and then I left with him.
Mm,
So in my mind, I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to be the artist that I want to be. This is who I want to be. I want a guy. I don't like it. I like being myself because every day I go out, I shop. You know what I mean? I like being normal.
true.
But when I go out to these type of events, I want to be that. I want to be known as that artist. I'm Duru Duru. Fuck what you heard. I'm Duru Duru. You know what I mean? So I'm hopping out. Out of black trucks.
Yeah.
But like when I'm hopping out the black truck, ain't nobody snapping pictures. Ain't nobody running at me. Yeah, I ain't got no security with me. Feel me? So it's like that's what a real artist is about. I'm trying to live as a real artist. This is what we're trying to do. We gotta come to reality here. But I get it. Like we're painting a picture, and they always say put things in the universe and it will happen. So I see the dreams. Well, we also got to come to realization is like, yo, what are we really doing here? We have an industry here, bro.
But
We have
like,
a lot of artists
maybe
here,
I
bro,
should still,
that are good.
but
I'm gonna be real.
but I still maybe I should emphasize more on the question. The
Yeah.
question, what I meant, like, for instance, as an artist, you have your studio time. You have your time and you have to write your lyrics. You have to beat select.
Yeah.
You want to do your video and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like all of these certain pressures as an artist, you get what I'm saying? Like some of them can handle it. Some of them can't. That's why they probably
I would say
need
like
a
guys
manager.
like Casper and Roni, those guys are artists because guys will see them and be like, you know what I mean? Those guys are living pressures of an artist, but they those are based on their decisions that they also make.
Well,
as
not
human
only
beings.
that,
So,
you come up
yeah.
with a hit, right? You come up with a hit. How much pressure is it now for you to be coming up with another hit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because some people get writer's block, eh? You get what I'm
What's the
saying?
question?
How much pressure is it to come up with another hit which you already have? It's like your own competition. You get what I'm trying to say? Like you're
Well,
not trying to compete with no one else.
You
You're
don't
trying to
really
compete
think
with
about that
yourself.
when you're an artist, Ross. When I make music, I don't think about I just made a hit the other day and I'm like, yo, I should record this. What am I doing? Like I make hits. I don't care. Like you go listen to my music. My music are hits. I'm just underrated, which is cool. But I got hits.
But don't you think writers?
I just don't got plaques on my wall to
But
prove
don't
it.
you think writer's
So-
block is like a part of like mental stress kind of thing? Like a bit like because it's in your own mind, right? You don't have no like you ran out of ideas kind of thing for a while.
No, writer's block only happens. So writer's block just happens. It's just a natural thing that happens. I can't even explain
It
writer's
goes
block.
with I'm focusing upon
Because-
this because it goes with the mind and it goes with
It goes to the mind and it goes with the mood and the time that you're in.
There
know what I'm trying to
you
say?
go, emotion and feeling.
Right. So when I'm in the studio, I don't really like writing my rhymes around people because everybody likes rapping over the beat. Everybody's rapping. I
But you
can't hear
see
the
what you
beat.
said right there. But you
Unless
see,
I have headphones.
but you
Then
see
it's
what you
different.
said.
Then
You
people
have
want
to.
to
You see what
stop
you.
the beat and they just do all kinds of stupid shit. I need something where it's like, okay, give me the beat on my own. Give me a pair of
But you
headphones.
see what you said
Let
right
me
there.
go
You
write the
have to
beat.
be
Like,
in
I
your
need to
own
be locked
zone.
in. I need to be
But
locked
you have
in.
to be locked in. You have to be in your
Mhm.
own zone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You have to have
I
your
don't like being in
own.
the studio.
You have to have your own mental like
Yeah.
ability, because you see everything else is going to be distraction to your creativity, what you're trying to create.
Yeah.
Not true?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now, for instance, now you're trying to do that, right?
Mhm.
And now you have some annoying sound or someone who's being annoying in the studio or something, right? Now, isn't that some sort of mental stress upon your creativity right there?
If what? Sorry.
Like, say you're in a studio session
Mhm.
and yes, you have your rhymes, but maybe you wanted to change something. But meanwhile, at the same time, someone's being annoying in there who's supposed not to be in there. You know what I'm trying to say? That's some kind of mental stress right there. You're trying to get in your own focus, in your
That's why I
own.
don't. That's why I don't record in the
That's why
studio
you.
with nobody. I stay. If I
Ah,
write, I write at home.
there you
But it's
go.
not always like that. Sometimes you're in good studio with good
I
guys and
know,
good
but I'm
people.
just
But
saying. I'm
I just
just.
don't like
I'm just trying to bring up some scenarios.
distraction of what you're saying. I just don't like distraction. I hate
But it would be a
people
mental
interrupting me
stress,
while
not
I'm
true?
writing, because when I'm writing, I'm writing crap.
But it
I'm
would,
dropping bars.
but it would
So,
be a mental
not-
stress, though, right? In a
Sorry?
sense, because you're interfering with your creativity. That's why you would have to have the headphones and stuff to be in your own world. Not
I
true?
ignore people, bro.
I
That's
know.
another thing we need to do.
Hey,
This
I
guy's
know.
mental,
You know what you said right there.
mental stress is only because we allow it.
You
So
see what you said right there? You see what you
wanna
said?
act dumb? Sorry, that's your problem.
You see what
guy.
you said right there?
I
Ignore
don't
it.
have time for it. Now down to my
But some
my own
people, it's hard
family.
for them to
I
ignore.
don't care.
Some people, it's hard for them to ignore where you go on. I know what you're saying. I could do that. What you're saying,
I
tune them
ignore
out.
everybody. No one pays my bills. No one does, you know what I mean? Puts clothes on my back. But me, I do that.
True.
Not even my own mother and my own poopa. Me. So me not have to listen to nobody, bro. Everybody, if I listen to you, it's because you have good advice.
True.
Right? Then I'll listen to you. If you have something
True.
to teach me, I'll listen to you, because we can all learn from each other. Back to unity.
True
But
that.
when it comes to nonsense, I don't want to hear. I don't listen to anybody. It goes in one ear
And through the next.
and out the other.
Me hear you there.
So, that's, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then that's how. I mean, that's how we should be.
True.
Because there's a lot of nonsense out there, and there's a lot of distraction, like you're saying. You know what I mean? So if we just learn to lock in, stay focused.
Yes.
Right.
Master your own creativity. MOC.
Yeah. I
You
like
know what I
that.
mean? MOC.
What did you say? MOC? Master your own creativity?
MOC. Master your
Yeah.
own creativity.
Like that.
MOC. I
Yeah,
live by that. I live by that.
Yeah,
MOC.
So
Master your own creativity, people. No matter what. No matter what.
cool now.
Because what? You know why? Because some people want to interfere with your creativity because they know that you can do it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So they'll what means necessary to distract
That's
you.
right.
All right. So stay focused, like Amp said. All right.
Yeah.
And stay true to yourself. Because you know why? Stay true to yourself. Other people will see that. And another thing is, I'm gonna say this straight up. You don't need yes men around you and yes women around. You
That's
don't need
right.
people saying yes. Sometimes you need people to tell you what's the deal. Because
Be honest.
you know why? Because you could be putting out shit and they go, yeah, it's good.
Ross, we're honest with each other, right?
Yeah, man. But the thing is, I'm just saying
I
right
think
there.
that's what build our relationship even more.
Yeah,
that we're
damn right.
Is that we're honest with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the honesty is
So-
the best policy.
I feel like, and that's why I try to say, if there's anything you want to know or you need to know about me,
Yeah,
just
man.
ask me.
It's all
I got
good.
anybody on that. Like,
It's all
just
good.
ask me.
It's all good.
My life story is like, you know, it should be for a book, to be honest.
True that.
But like, honesty is the best, and like I believe, like, you know, it brings peace, and it brings
Exactly.
and if it doesn't bring peace, then it brings peace, because even if you go your separate ways, it's still there's still
Well, you
peace.
see, with
You know what
honesty,
I mean?
it's the best
Because
policy.
you respect the honesty.
But you see, honesty is the best policy because it's the best communication.
That's right.
Because at least, okay, like sometimes honesty might hurt. I understand that, but guess what?
Mhm.
It's better to be honest than they're not being honest at all. It'll hurt more than not being honest. The truth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. And I believe like people will when you're honest, people believe you more. Because it's
Exactly.
like sometimes honesty gets you in trouble, but I feel like it's the best way to go.
But at least
Even when it gets you in trouble, because
at least you got it off your chest.
no, but it shows you.
Yes, it shows
your
you,
character.
but
It
at
shows
least
who
you
are.
but at least you got that off
You know
your
what I mean?
chest instead of having the guilt in you.
Right. Right.
Instead of having that guilt in you, you
But
have
when
the
you
honesty.
lie and you beat behind the bush and you try to
Think
like
about it. Think about it.
that's when
Think about it. You have a life for the longest while,
yeah.
and you're worried about if you're gonna get out this and that and everything. You're killing yourself. You're putting hell upon yourself. You get what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yo, instead of that, let's just get it. Or worse yet, it's a situation that somebody else know, and they take the advantage of. They want to blackmail you because of it. You get what I mean? So now, it's either you come out with it.
I've been blackmailed.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
either you come out with it so they have nothing to gain anymore, or you have to submit,
Yeah.
right? And no one wants to submit,
Yeah.
right? So it's better to just come honest about it and done, and you'll be free. You see, honesty will set you free
It will. It will.
instead of being locked in the lie,
Mm-hmm.
and that you just have to keep on trying on keeping the lie alive.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And back to a recap what we're saying. How much time we locked in?
Well, we got 50 minutes. 10 more minutes to go.
Oh, we got 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes to go, brother.
Well, we talked about Marlon Palmer. So I apologize to him about if he or even I don't even know if he even watched it, but I apologize to him for him thinking that or for me thinking that he was not he wasn't open to the Indian culture, and he stated it different on the Extra Gravy show. That he doesn't have a problem with the Indian culture. It was just that specific group of individuals that were sounding cringe, and it sounded a little bit disrespectful, so you had to address it. So big up to you for that. Shout you out for that. For real. Salute. I never had anything against Marlon. I just thought that I just wanted us to understand that.
Yo, in fact, he's doing acting too. That guy there, he was on the Office Movers.
Who?
The Marlin guy you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah,
the comedian
he's big,
guy, right?
bro. That guy's big, bro.
Yeah,
That
man.
guy-
He was on there with
he's,
Drake. Drake was on there too.
He's big, bro. Marlon Parker's
You know what
big.
I'm saying?
He's on 98.7. He's the big host. I
Yeah.
listen to him all the time.
Yeah, man.
And he's big on Instagram, on social media, TikTok.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. No, I respect him, bro. Like I said, I know because it hits home for me. My daughter is half Indian.
Yeah.
I know the Indian community, and I know not all of them are racist and all of them are bad. And for majority of them, any of them, if you talk any type of their language or show them any type of their culture, that show that you respect any form of their culture, they will look at you different. And my point was just as Black people, we have to be a little bit more open to other cultures as well.
True.
If we want people to be open to our culture, right? We got to be open. Then we'll see the difference.
True.
Okay.
True.
And then we spoke about what was the other topic? We got into artists, how important it is for artists to just to have realization and reality, and also that female artists are one of the hardest working artists.
They should be respected.
and they should be respected.
Okay. It's real shit. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it. All you producers out there, whoever promoters and all that
Yeah. Please
and
respect.
everything,
Yeah.
please respect the female artists.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Please do. You know what I mean?
Mm. It's
Because like I
important.
said, man, that's like, yo, when you're not showing respect to them, you just remember you have a mom and all of them thing there,
Hmm.
you know, a sis or a niece or and all of them thing there.
Hmm.
Just remember them thing there. Just
Because
remember that.
more times when they're coming for music to do work in music, they're genuinely coming to do music. And it's very hard for them to find a proper studio, cameraman, a team behind them where not everybody's out to, not even just to get them, but to try to manipulate them in each
That's
way they
right.
can. So it
Exactly.
could be for money, pleasure, whatever it is. Um, we got to treat our female artists better because I feel like our female artists are going to be the next to blow
You're damn
for
right,
our
man.
city. And it's important. And then we also talked about D2E bringing the peace, because I do feel like it's important that in the city that we come together, because we're not doing it for ourselves. Podcasts, especially. If you're a promoter and you're promoting podcasts, or sorry, you're a promoter and you're promoting artists, and you're talking about artists, your main, your main, the whole image of your podcast personality is promoting artists and promote and speaking about artists, or speaking of whatever your situation, especially if you're a hip hop podcast, right?
That's right.
So you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the city.
Exactly.
So that's why I respect a lot of people out there that when they talk about the city, they don't talk about how great they are, or how great they what kind of element, what great element they are for the
True.
city, but they talk about how great the actual city is. And I feel like that's how, as people, we need to think. If we're really trying to build our city, then our city's gonna grow. But if we just always for ourselves, and we want to just do this to knock this man brother down, and you know it's just, I don't think it's the right idea, and I don't think anyone's gonna make it that way. Clout is only for a moment. People forget about things, and after a while, you evolve and things evolve. So what's the whole point of that? To get clout for a moment, when we can come together and build forever, for eternity, leave generations with what we're building? Because that's another important thing. When we die, who's gonna get this equipment? And I'm gonna give it to somebody that didn't work as hard as me to get it. But why not leave it with somebody, you know what I mean, that I built a relationship with, and that we have unity, right? And that goes for family members. If you have family members out there, anybody that has family members out there, if you can reach out to them, reach out to them. I have some family members out there that I reach out to. There's some ones that I don't. So if there's some family members that you don't want to reach out to, don't. But just keep in your mind that a part of growth, and a part of, especially as a person, an individual, like your brother was saying, he had when he was talking, I think that interview with Gutsy, he was saying that, he has a mother and a father. So the way he deals with emotions is a little bit different. And that's right, because people that are brought up a different way, they have different views and different viewpoints. Me, I'm just an emotional guy all around. I had a mother and a father, but I'm just emotional because of the hurt I went through past trauma, with consistent behaviors from this, So that builds up, right?
True. Well, this was been a very, very interesting therapy hub here, people. You don't know,
I hope
man.
everybody liked it.
Yes, sir. Please subscribe to all the channels. And not only that, please, if you get a chance, look about our sponsor there, in the background there. You know what I mean? Please do. Lost X Found. Shop X. You done know. Sultan Jewelers. We buy and sell gold. Come and visit us at 1408 Gerard Street East. You done know. We have to be putting that in. You done know, people. Yeah, man. But we welcome everybody. Please DM us about anything about the Therapy Hub here. You done know. We thank you for tuning in. We all about a win. You don't know, man. But we're gonna end it like this as always. This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. And I approve this message. Nation. What? Pop, 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 pop. Later, people. Yeah.